Here to talk a little bit more about that, Niall Stanage from the Hill. We appreciate you being with us, Niall.
Morning, Adrienne. How are you?
I am fantastic, but let's talk about this report because it's staggering. The reports that claim the Biden administration is considering delaying the Title 42 repeal or extending Title 42. Is it because of so much Democratic pushback?
Yes, it is. That's the very straightforward answer. The degree in which there is now Democratic opposition to ending Title 42 is a real problem for the Biden administration. You put up in the graphic there the 9 Senate Democrats who have expressed some concern about this. That is basically a fifth of the Democrats in the Senate. Remember, it's a 50-50 Senate. So those 9 Democrats have enormous leverage. And their opinions also, I think, are emblematic of broader Democratic concerns.
Well, and really, we're more than 2 years from the presidential election. But how do you see this decision playing out, impacting President Biden's chance at a re-election bid?
Well, it's certainly something that is a very emotive issue by its nature. I mean, one of the reasons I think it's a political hot potato right now is that people remember the rather squalid scenes near the border with Texas last year, predominantly Haitian migrants staying in terrible conditions. Those kind of images have real political potency and can have a long-lasting effect. Right now, of course, the president and his party are focused on the midterms. But if this becomes part of a broader narrative that President Biden isn't in control, that's a long-term political problem. That's the kind of millstone that the Republicans are trying to place around him here.
Doesn't it seem, though, that for a lot of people in this country, the immigration crisis, according to some people, they've labeled it a crisis. Other people are saying that's not the right word to use for this situation. But doesn't it seem as though in some parts of the country, it's really an invisible problem because it's not in their backyard, or at least it doesn't feel like it is?
Yes, I mean, certainly it's an issue that is most salient in border states. But there's an interesting point when you look at the politics of this. The Democratic senators who are opposed to ending Title 42, yes, some of them are from border states, Mark Kelly in Arizona, for example, but we also have figures like Maggie Hassan from New Hampshire, not a state that is geographically exactly on the front line with the southern border, expressing the same kind of concerns. So I do take your point. It is more salient in some states than others, is a more present issue in ordinary folks' minds, but it is politically a national issue.
Jen Psaki was saying that Title 42 is not an immigration authority. It's not an immigration plan. We know that the CDC instituted this. But if Title 42 does go away, is the White House's plan to just allow 12 to 18,000 people to cross our border illegally?
So that's a more complicated question than it sounds. The White House and the administration has tried to put in place other preparations for this kind of a surge, and that would include things like buses, means to transport migrants, also the provision of things like tents to keep people for longer than normal. Then there's a whole other issue about who will be allowed to claim asylum, who will go into the regular immigration process, which is a different thing to asylum claims, and then whether people will be rejected immediately because their claim just seems implausible on its face.
Niall Stanage, as always, lovely conversation. We'll do it again.
Always a pleasure. Yes. Always a pleasure, Adrienne.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.